40-yard line. Green ball at the 40-yard line. Green breaks from the huddle. Approaches the line of scrimmage. In the backfield, we have number 8, number 19. Calling for the long snap, and there's a snap. He turns to his right, puts it into the belly of number 20, who pounds ahead. Makes a gain there. It's now about 2nd and 4 or 5 yards there. Number 19, quarterback, ready for that long snap, takes it, turns to his right, puts it in the belly again of number 20, who starts from well back, has some good momentum by the time he takes that ball, and it is 1st down. The ball is spotted right on the 45-yard line, it looks like.
Good job, bud.
All right, Green is back at the line of scrimmage. Once again, number 19 taking that snap. Number 20 behind him, slipped his first step. Was not quite in position, but took the ball. Made a gain of about 3 yards there. 2nd and 7. Ball is right now on the 42, 43-yard line. Right, it's now 3rd and 11. Third and 11 on the 46-yard line. Green is back at the line of scrimmage. Number 19 ready to take the snap. There's the snap high over his head, direct to number 20, who looked like he was intended to be the ball carrier anyways. That was serendipitous right there. I mean, wow.
That is Dominic Leidy on the run, catching the snap that was over the quarterback's head. They line up, I'll call it the grenade backfield. I believe that's what they call it, where the quarterback's in short shotgun, flanked on either side by a running back, but then another running back 4 or 5 yards behind them. And just yesterday, when I was calling their game, the exact same thing happened. And Leidy saved the day. Maybe that's why they do it.
Maybe that's their plan. There's the snap to number 19, who takes it, runs it himself around to the
There's
right
a possibility here. If we could get a block. Oh, go outside. Oh,
man. That's the 3rd time we've been fooled today, but number 4 is the one who actually had the ball. Looks like he brought the ball right up to the 42-yard line.
Good run on the reverse by Colton Swarga. Number 8, Dylan Allen, had gotten to the outside and was going to block the last man. And I was in my heart, I'm always rooting for the big play. I'm always rooting for offense. And if he would have taken the ball outside, I think it would have been much bigger.
Red takes possession. Red at the line of scrimmage.
tight formation.
Number 57 under center takes the snap, tosses it behind him. Number 8, who is caught in the backfield. Number 16 makes that play. Green, number 16, Noah Ish.
That's Luke Spencer at quarterback, pitching the ball to Landon Smith, number 8, at running back. I was mentioning Red's tight formation there. The huddle, so much crisper. Wider formation now with number 4, Andrew Robideau, flanked out left.
There's the
pitch
over
behind
the head of number 24, who then falls on the ball. Number 4, Green, right there, ready to make the tackle. Should he get up with that? Or
good reaction by Christian Adams to be aware and get back and get on that ball. I mentioned Andrew Robideau because my partner here in the booth is the grand poobah of all the media team. His last name also happens to be Robideau.
I know that's such a common name, though. It
is
everywhere.
Rob Robideau.
All right, here we go. Number 57 under center.
I formation.
They're down. There's the snap. Turns to his right.
To the lead back.
Number 24, who makes a short gain, maybe a yard gain.
That's for Christian Adams. He was the lead back in the eye. Quick handoff, quick hitter up the middle.
Coach Reiser whispering some advice in the ear of player number 57 as he runs back out to the huddle.
That's QB Luke Spencer. With the numbers and how players play both ways, I love seeing QBs with a number like 57.
And they're down. We've got a long snap, nice snap, toss to number 24, who runs around the right-hand side. Number 45 reaches long, grabs onto number 53, grabs his jersey, he's not able to hold on. Or, I'm sorry, 62 grabs the jersey, he's not able to hold on, but he's brought down right around the 45-yard line on the other side of the field.
Great play by Christian Adams on that pitch to get outside. There is a flag on the field. Oh, and they're calling holding on the offense.
There were some nicely evaded tackles in that run.
It was a good individual effort. Chuck Schwartz is the referee who made that call. Kind of a friend of mine, pastors in the Mercer area of Pennsylvania. Drove all the way out here.
I was going to ask, what does it take to be called an actual friend of yours?
When I get my first one, I will let you know.
Okay.
But Brother Schwartz throwing a wet blanket over this party, calling a holding. Oh, it's declined. Wait. It's declined because the play was short. It was 4th and 20. So despite the fact that was a great run, it was short. They're just going to decline the penalty and give up a little field position in order to take the ball. I'm not sure I would have done that. Honestly, 4th and 20, let's make it 4th and 30. And, you know, are they going to get more than 10 yards? They haven't shown that yet. Well, they did in that last play, I get it. But I would have loved the field position.
I think they're taking the certainty over the uncertainty.
I completely see what you're saying there, but this isn't the pros. And them getting a 30-yard play, them getting a 30-yard play is not common. Again, won't fault them for taking the sure thing though, and it will be green ball on the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Trying to score on Red, marching from right to left if you're watching at home on your screen. This is the end of the field, of course, that I prefer or maybe even love because the action is right in front of us. We can see better what's going on. Having said that, I'm sure I will make a mistake on the next call, but.
Someone is commenting here on our Facebook feed, go green number 62.
And in a bitter sense of irony, the quarter ends, and so they are now switching directions. So green will be going away from us, left to right on the screen.
It's okay. They're still close enough for us to get a better view than the other side.
So Red is playing almost like a Times Square kind of defense. 5 stand up.
Takes it, turns, hands it to number 20, who follows the block of number 8, gets him a little way up. Looks like he made somewhere around a 6 or 7 yard gain on that play.
Good run by Dominic Lighty.
Making a lot of plays. They like that. He gets that momentum coming from behind the quarterback, already in motion. If they time that right, which we saw him slip that one time in the mud, but if they time that right, it's got some real power.
Well, as I've already seen, having him back there has saved 2 over the quarterback head fumbles just in 2 games. So for that reason alone,
I was learning from you about the ease of those longer snaps, because yesterday I saw so many long snaps go wrong.
Well, no, not necessarily long snaps. I was saying that
there's number 19 takes the snap,
grenade formation.
We've got a reverse. Number 62.
One man to beat on the outside.
Number 24.
24 does the job. Shout out to Christian Adams, running back on offense.
He didn't even manage to hang on all the way down, but he slowed him enough and tripped him up that it brought him down eventually.
So I was mentioning at the lower levels how snaps can be difficult, even at the pro level, when a quarterback has a different center, or a different quarterback even comes in on the same center. You'll sometimes see a situation where their snaps are not working, they're dropping it. Usually that's with someone being forced into the center position who's not normally there. And they'll go to shotgun just to avoid that. A little 5-yard pitch is usually an easier play than the direct handoff. Okay. The direct snap. Grenade formation for Green.
Down, calling for the snap. There it is. High, hands it to number 20, runs right up the center. Wrapped up early, but he gets some extra yardage, moves forward just a little bit. Looks like they give up about 4 yards on that play. 2nd and 6. We've got 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in this second quarter.
So if you were watching the earlier games, you saw coaches out on the field. At this level, the coaches can come in 15 yards from the sidelines and do a little coaching with one of their players. They obviously don't get an opportunity to get all their players around them, but they can pass in plays and calls that way.
Miss Elena Swarga is commenting on our Facebook feed. Go Green, number 4, Colton Swarga.
Colton Swarga is lined up on the right-hand side, wide right.
There's the snap. Number 20 takes it from the quarterback, runs to the right-hand side. He's dragging multiple players, and he has some great effort there. The ball is brought down, I believe that's right at the first down marker. Let's see what happens here. They may be just shy.
It looks like they're calling him short, so that'll be 3rd and 1. We'll call it a 5-yard gain. I think right now, let's run the Lighty train.
And that's what they're doing over and over and over again.
Do it until they show that they can stop it.
We see here a shout out to Coach Little. I don't think we have graphics of the coaches, do we? No graphics of the coaches, right, guys? All right, we'll see if we can get our camera guys to get us a shot of Coach Little out there. We don't want to disappoint those that are cheering for the coaches. Green is coming back to the line of scrimmage here.
Their grenade formation with 2 wide receivers out wide.
There's the snap. High, 19 pulls it down, puts it in the belly of number 20, who stumbles his way forward to a gain of,
Oh, the Reds got the ball. Unsure what's happening here, but the referees are letting it play. Tracked down quickly.
Number 8, it looks like, pulled him down.
By Dylan Allen. A touchdown saving tackle there. From our angle, we couldn't see what happened. It looked like just another great play by Lighty that was just overcoming and breaking tackles. That play shouldn't have worked at all, honestly, because of the high.
Sorry.
Go right ahead.
I just saw a green player running that way with the ball, and a few seconds later, I saw a red player come running back with the ball.
Exactly. No, that play, I was saying that play shouldn't have even worked at all because the snap was high. He had to wait for it. That threw off the whole timing. Lighty had to come to almost to a stop in order to receive the handoff, so he didn't run by his quarterback while he was waiting. And then, as he's been doing, he just was breaking tackles. Did not see what happened at the end of that possession, though, that caused the turnover.
Did you see that turnover?
We got like 2 more games that we want.
Checking with our drone operator over here to see if he had a better view of that, but looks like we all missed it.
Luke Spencer in shotgun, flanked on one side by Landon Smith, and on the other by...
Snap to number 57, takes it himself around the left side. Number 19 there to meet him. Looks like a loss on that play.
Number 19, Gregory Hunter, penetrated upfield quickly and brought down the quarterback.
Loss of around 8 yards. They're calling it 16 to go. We'll take that.
So second and 16, 6-yard loss. 19, the one who made that play, Gregory Hunter, is lined up in a, we'll call it a wide linebacker formation. So I've watched Green play a couple of times here, and on the various levels, they have one of their defenses often, I would call it almost like a 3-3 stack, where they'll have 3 down linemen and then 1 linebacker behind each of the 3 down linemen, making a force of about 6 right in the center, and then they'll put 2 people far left, 2 people far right. It makes it hard for people to run against them inside and outside. You have to almost run against them off tackle.
Red is back at the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Number 57 pulls it down,
It's a toss.
throws it to the right. Number 4, great reception right at the first down marker. That was a 16-plus yard play for first down, Red.
Andrew Robideau, number 4, playing wide receiver on the right side there. Not only a good catch, the ball was a little bit low. The quarterback is on the run. So difficult to, yellow on the field.
Oh man, congratulations, Andrew Robideau. That's my nephew out there.
Wait, they're moving. They're picking up the flag and moving the sticks. It's going to be a first down for Red. It was a great play at the end by Andrew, as he had a good gain, but it was not going to be enough for the first down on
Stretched out.
and 16. Yeah, a little bit of a cut back to the inside, as Green was working hard to make sure that they pushed him out. He was able to cut back a little bit to the inside, still brought down.
For sure, one of the better plays I've seen in this game.
It's the Robideau bloodline. Our cameraman is commenting upon a potential bias in the call, but I see none. You can see here, if you're watching at home, the green formation there. Already 2 linebackers are lined up right behind, even with their hands on the...
There's the snap way over number 57's head, but he catches it, runs around to the right-hand side before he is wrapped up for a loss, a significant loss.
So tough to do when the snap is like that. They're way over his head. He had to turn around and run and catch it. Of course, at that point, the defense has had a lot of time to penetrate. You're moved out of position to catch the snap, so you can't make your handoff. If you were, whatever play you were calling there is almost thrown out the window at that point.
Got some cheering on here. Someone is doing a shout out for Red number 91, Jonathan. Red number 91, that's Jonathan Hernandez. And he had some great plays yesterday in their game as well. We'll get up some other shout outs after this next play here. They're coming back to the line of scrimmage. We are 2nd and 20 at this point, and they're down. Number 57 in the back, calling for that long snap. There it is. High again, tosses it to his left. Number 24 catches that pitch, but brought down immediately by number 19. His teammates right there to congratulate him. Very excited about that stop.
Gregory Hunter again, and that is just prototypical Green that I've seen across a couple of these levels. He's the inside of their 2 outside guys on the right-hand side, and he just heads up field. Green has been coached well on that. I've seen this on a number of levels where they stay home when they're going up the field. So even if the play looks like it's going to their opposite side from them, they'll follow, but they will not give up that edge.
We've got another cheering on here. Yes, go Dylan. We've got from Kimberly on here, and Dylan would be Dylan Allen, number 8, Green, making some great plays with the Green team there. Glad to see people cheering on their team. We've also got Team Red, number 56, Tyrone Lewis. Number 56, Tyrone Lewis there.
My recommendation for red is to line up their flankers even wider and force those two guys that are containing to go out and deal with your flanker. And if they don't, throw to the flanker. If they do, you want to run off tackle.
Green team gets right back here on the field. The whistle is blown by the officials, and they're down.
You see the stack with the pushes from the linebackers.
Red quarterback calling for the
Now shift
snap.
over.
Much better snap this time. Looking to the right, it looks like, for a pass, but the play is blown dead. You know what's happening?
Green is cheering. I'm not sure what is happening there. Looks like they're calling a false start. And Green backed up, and Red got backed up.
27.
We're looking at a 3rd and 27. Ball on the 25. They've got to get past midfield to get a first down. 3rd down. 46 seconds left in the quarter, in the half.
What do you say? It's going to be a pass to Andrew Robideau here. They had some good yardage on that last passing play they did. I may be a little biased expecting that, but we'll see. They're down. There's the snap. Number 57 hands it off. Who is that number? It's hard to see the number. Is that number 1?
No, I didn't catch it. Looks like we got a timeout by Green, which is the right move here. 36.8 seconds left in the half. Green's going to make them punt, or they're going to get the ball back. Either way.
Muted it there for a second. Hey, look, Caleb, do you have a better view up there of the numbers?
Sometimes I don't.
I'm just wondering if I stepped up there, if I'd be able to see some of those far numbers better. Both teams are back at the line of scrimmage here. This could be a very important stop for the green team. They're down. There is the hike. Number 8 takes it directly, turns to his left, but is not able to get there. The ball pops out. Green capitalizes on that. Let's see who it's recovered by. I believe red or green number 4.
He was trying to punt. He was
Green
trying
44.
to punt. Was unable to get it off.
That's Zachary Huth. Zachary Huth.
So good position for Green. Only 32 seconds left, but they're going to have 1st and 10 at the 20.
We had Jonathan Huth in the last game. Zachary Huth. I think there are 3 Huth brothers here this week. It's great seeing some of these families with a number of boys that are here across the different teams. I'm sure it's even fun to have them on the same team too. Although that might be a little confusing for the coaches. They put those last names on the helmets. You know, you yell the last name and you have 3 or 2 boys show up. All right, Green is coming back up to the line of scrimmage.
Their grenade formation with a wide out on each side.
Number 19 gets that snap, runs to the right-hand side, passes it off to number 4, runs around, gets wrapped up in the backfield by number 8, Red. Excellent
Track down
stop,
well.
Landon Smith.
We'll call that a 4-yard loss.
Number
or
8,
so.
Red, Landon Smith. Great stop back there. Someone says, shout out to all the Northwesties. Lists a bunch of folks from Northwest. On green, Sammy, 35, Dominic, 20, Yahir, 45, Colton, number 4. I don't know if is that Randall or Randall? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and then Kyle, number 78. On red, Ovidio and Isaac.
Ovidio Acevedo is number 72 on red. We could have his graphic up here.
Oh, there we go. Or we could do Robideau again. There's
Andrew
always that
Robideau,
option.
number 4.
All right. Green coming back up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. They love that formation. Number 19 turns around, gives some instructions or checks something with number 20 there. Calls for the snap. There it is. Good snap. Whoa! Fumbled by number 20. Whoa! And there's quite a pile on number. Is that
Not
number
a
6?
not a clean handoff.
Number 8 Red. Number 8 Red picked that up. Landon Smith.
Not a clean exchange. Ball on the ground. Good stop by Red. Red taking over on offense with 18.8 seconds left.
That reminded me of a previous play, didn't it? Except we actually saw the exchange that happened there.
Yeah, which was none. Yes, on the ground. So Northwesties, I find, they should probably, people from Northwest should either be my best friends or my worst enemies. My church is Southeast. So whenever I hear a Northwest, I get a chuckle.
You still haven't told us what it takes to be a friend. An actual friend, I'm sorry, a real friend. There we go. Both teams out on the field here. There's the pitch. Number 57,
He's got him.
Red, throws to his right. Is that Andrew Robideau?
That is
Number
Andrew
4 running up
Robideau.
the right line.
He could go all the
He
way.
is up.
He's being
He
chased
is
by
all
44.
zone.
He won't catch him. He's
Number
pulling
78,
away
number
from
44,
78.
Giving up already. He crosses the goal line with the ball above his head. Wonderful play for Red. Very excited. First score on the board.
With 2.7 seconds left, great play by Andrew Robideau. Must be the Bloodlines.
Quite certain it's not.
They have an extra point try to do next.
It's good to see a score on this game.
So that was a great read by the quarterback to go there. I didn't catch the number, but they also had someone that I thought would get open deep on a post pattern.
Make sure that one gets marked for sure.
But I like the outside throws.
You watching your brother play here? Jonathan, you watching your brother play here? I think Zachary's in this game, yeah? And there we go, number 57. Takes that high snap, looks to go left. Number 12 wraps him up.
That is Levi Fikes with the tackle, breaking through.
And there we go, 2.7 seconds left. Let's see what will happen. Andrew Robideau there evaded an early tackle to make it out for that long run. But once he was loose, there was no catching him. You could even see those defenders give up on it just a few yards shy of the goal line. I'm sure their coaches may have something to say about that.
I think that he was uncatchable at that point.
That's certainly what was in their minds.
I've forgotten the numbers that were involved, but the one coming from an angle looked like he was going to have a shot. Was it 78? Looked like he was going to have a shot, but Andrew pulled away and he wasn't going to be able to get there in time. Great play by Andrew.
I actually heard from Andrew, my nephew, is telling me that he was practicing his 40-yard dash, his running before camp, trying to, I don't know what his time was. We'll see.
Andrew's getting some coaching at the moment.
Coach Leonard there, giving him some direction. It seems pretty intense. What's he telling him?
My guess would be to stay focused and do that again.
That's good. Coach Leonard, another pastor, Pennsylvania, south of Pittsburgh there.
Washington area, I think. Red kicking off with 2.7 seconds.
And there's the kick, number 24.
Bouncer on the ground, squib kick.
Number 62 grabs it on a bounce, runs around the left-hand side, making some great distance. Going for
That's
the end
Raniel
zone,
Tan. That's
20-yard
Raniel
line.
Tan.
10.
Down at the 10. As time expires.
He never got away from everyone, but he was definitely set on that goal line. And here we are at halftime. We've got a 3-minute halftime. We'll be back in a minute with some more play. All right, we're muted. I'm telling you though, he looked pretty intense giving him that advice or whatever he was giving him over here. He just looked really serious.
Yeah.
And so
who are these red coaches? We got, is Velikowski on this side or? No.
I don't actually have the red coaches listed. Green, I've got Sandy Little, Devin Aki, and Travis Burt.
So we got Reiser, Castle.
Coffee.
I just slid it all the way down. I guess maybe the mute is for the.
You getting word that we weren't muted?
So, are we muted now? What about? I'm going to just slide it up and say. Picked up by the other microphone.
The ambient mic down there?
What about right now? Are you picking up anything right now? What about right now? Are you picking up anything right now? This thing is showing us, it's showing no bars at all, nothing moving up and down on the board when it comes to our channels, so it's kind of odd. And here we are back. There's the kickoff. Number 47 catches that kickoff, making it through those first hits. Still pushing his way. Brought down right around the 45-yard line. Looks like a little further, maybe the 46 or 47. Whenever I see that orange kicking tee thrown around the field, I think that the officials are throwing something. Just that bright color.
Red's going to line up on offense, up 6-0.
And they're down. There's under center 57. He takes it, hands it off to number 24, who runs through the center. He's still up and running. There he is down at the 20-yard line. Dragged down right about the 20-yard line. Maybe he's just shy of it.
QB Luke Center hands it off to Christian Adams.
What a long
who
run.
rumbles off the left side. The handoff was initially to the right. He ends up going through the line and then cutting to the left. Great gain. It'll be 1st and 10. Looking at around the 24-yard line. Boy, a score here would be huge. Under center pro set, 1 wide receiver each side.
Pitch to number 8, runs around the right-hand side, hooked right at the hips by number 44 and spun down to the ground.
Luke Smith pitches it to Luke Spencer pitches it to Landon Smith, number 8, who loses some yardage. We'll call it 2nd and 14.
How do they call that 11? Okay, there we go. 15. I guess they're counting it up. And they're back at the line of scrimmage.
Same
Number
formation for
57
Red.
under center. Number 8 at the back. Turns around, gives it to number 24. It looks like there was some trouble with that handoff. Number 24 goes to his left before he cuts forward and gets wrapped up. There's a group of young men shoving on both ways there.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication. Luke was looking to hand off to his right, and Christian was looking to receive the ball on the quarterback's left, and that resulted in a collision between the two of them, an eventual handoff, but obviously that ruined the success of the play.
5 minutes left here in this third quarter.
High snap. Pitch to Christian Adams, trying the outside. He's contained. He's going to try to go back out. Gang tackled there by about 4 green players. Decent gain, but it'll bring up about a 4th and 10.
There was quite a pile of defenders on top of him there. Yes, all right, we've got a cheer for green number 24. Micah Zazubek.
Micah Zazubek.
I feel like I'm almost certain I'm saying that name wrong, but I'm sure that.
No, Zazubek is good.
Okay, all right.
And I have great respect for people that have 2 Z's in their last name. I feel like they have to be special people.
And those that have 1 Z, do they just come up short of your respect? I mean, is that the way it works?
No, I'm just talking.
57 turns around, gives it to number 24, who pounds his way forward but doesn't make much headway.
Yeah, that was stacked up immediately. That'll be turned up. That'll be a turnover on downs. I was just talking. Mike is from my church.
Okay.
And he's one of the crew that we brought out all the way from New York. Not the city. Please, not the city. No, from Western New York.
That's how it is in Illinois as well. People, they hear you're from Illinois. You say, no, not from Chicago. So then you probably know.
Miss Jessica, yes, she was in my youth group in the 90s. When I was the youth director.
Age.
Oh, she was in the nursery in the 90s. We'll go with that.
Sure. All right, we've got Corrine Olson. It says, come on, red number 58, Ethan Groom. Red number 58 on the left side lined up there. There's a snap. Number 19 puts it in the belly of number 20, as normal. Ran right toward number 58's side as we're talking about him.
Good stop there. Lighty has just shown a lot of power in running. 5-yard gain. We'll call it 2nd and 5.
Second half comeback, green. Go green, says Jeremy Norton.
Got to be related to Daniel Norton, number 38 on green.
We're getting some requests for number 58, Ethan Groom. Unfortunately, we don't have his image. I don't know if he missed the photo session or what, but we don't have the graphic for this one player. But obviously, he's got some family and friends cheering for him back at home.
Flag on the play. Who was that they were cheering for?
Number 58, Ethan Groom.
That would be on red. 58 red. We'll look for him.
On Friday, we break out the loudspeakers for the announcers here on Field 1. It gets kind of fun because there are people around that can actually hear and see, and the players and the coaches. And we have to be careful about correcting and giving advice to the coaches from the announcers booth when we have the speakers out. Here, we can do it. They don't hear it, and we're safe. But on Friday, it's a little dangerous.
Well, coaches are very protective. Even when we try to do interviews with them, they don't want to give away any of their state secrets. They don't want you to interfere with their coaching time, obviously. My son Caleb does play-by-play as well. He told me the greatest compliment he ever got was when Joe Grimaldi, before the championship game, said, "I've listened to you on film. You're not always right, but you're right enough. If you say anything that gives away what I'm doing, I'm going to kill you."
All right, here we are. Number 19 calling for that long snap. There is a little low, puts it in the belly. Number 20 runs to his left, making some headway. Brought down by number 56 and number 47.
Gregory Hunter put it in the belly of Dominic Lighty, who's been running well.
Tyron Lewis and Robert Horn on that stop.
We have a green player down.
The officials are giving him some space there. We have a great staff of paramedics out here. Those bright orange shirts. Nobody's going to run over them with a golf cart. But the paramedic out there to take a look at this player and make sure he's okay. All these coaches from Greenside coming out as well. They certainly don't want to see anything happen to any of their players, but especially a key player like this. It's really going to affect the game as well.
So in addition to the paramedic staff, there's a medical tent staffed by medical professionals. It looks like Lady is up and walking gingerly.
Getting off, yes.
He's getting some aid
to the applause of his teammates and the other team as well.
The officials are putting him on a cart. He's hopping. It looks like a bit of a ding to his left leg.
Who knows? Maybe he'll end up on the camera crew for the rest of the day. We hope not.
Oh, well, then she'll enjoy it. My wife does not do sarcasm. No. She does not like sarcasm. So, one a year.
So
that's going to change this game.
If he is hurt, seriously hurt, that will change the game because he has been a great force running the ball up the middle.
And even just being out for a short time, that's still going to, as often as they're running him, it's going to make
So we'll see what Gregory Hunter does now. QB, he's talking to number 12, Levi Fikes, who's taking over the grenade position.
We've got a shout out here for red number 91. I believe that's Jonathan Hernandez.
That looked like it had possibility. It was a reverse back, and it was
green number 62.
It was Robideau making the tackle and holding the outside.
Good job, Robideau. Robideau's been here several years. I want to say this is his third or fourth year playing.
So it's the end of the third quarter. Red's up 6-0.
Jeremy Norton asks here, is that the voice of Pastor Crone?
That is the voice of Pastor Crone, the elder.
The elder.
The elder. If you read my book on youth work, I am told that you can hear my voice in your head while you do it. Written in the conversational style. So getting back what we were talking about, how it changes the announcing job tomorrow when it's broadcast on the field, is that, we'll say, we think they should do this or that, and coaches do not like that. They do not want to hear they don't want to hear the opposing
coach. They don't want to hear your recommendations. They don't want to hear your guesses.
That's exactly right.
They don't want to hear your commentary on their players. on their coaching, methods or energy. We need to have earplugs. That's what we need.
No, and just to be clear, all respect to the coaches there. We're just trying to make the broadcast interesting, so we got to kind of talk about what they're doing. We have occasionally on some of these broadcasts been a little bit too biting in our criticism of coaches, and we apologize for that.
Hey, but truth be told, the coaches are not normally coming back and complaining to us. I want to bring up again, and I don't think we mentioned it yet in this game, the preaching here at football camp. And as much as we get out there, this live stream is about the football. We live stream almost 8 hours worth of games each day here across the 5 different leagues. The shorter games in the morning, there's 3 different leagues in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, junior varsity and varsity. But beyond this, and in fact more important than this, are the chapel services and the preaching that happens throughout the day, starting at 6 in the morning with the last devotions coming up around 10 o'clock in the evening, 10:30 in the evening. These guys are preached at and preached at and preached at, and some strong preaching all through the day, 4 different services, and some wonderful decisions that are being made as a result of it. Here we are back at the line of scrimmage, number 19 calling for that long snap. There it is, turns around, gives it to number 4, who runs around the right-hand side, wrapped up by number 58, right at the 33-yard line.
So they moved Dylan Allen into that grenade position that had been run by Dominic Lighty, and number 4 is down at the moment.
That's a tough position. It looks like that position's taking the players out. Yeah.
So Colton Schwarga is down.
Back to the message. I believe that his mother, Elena, was watching, so
We'll be praying.
look away, mother. Yes, there we go. But this morning in the preaching service, Pastor Todd Lassiter brought a message about decisions that have been made through this week, and even referenced back to youth conferences and youth camps throughout the summer, and those decisions, and keeping those decisions and defending those decisions, looking at the story in the Old Testament about the wells that were filled in. And just important for these young men to remember that it's good for them to make decisions when they're surrounded by preachers, they're surrounded by their peers that are encouraging them. They're at camp, but they need to continue that once they get home.
And he's up and walking off.
Under his own power, not being helped up. Coach at his side there. Glad to see that.
If you're talking about messages, I will reveal that I'm a bit of a fan of Brother Coral and Brother Grimaldi, who both preached yesterday. They just load your plate up with meat and potatoes.
I always
good
come away
preaching
amazed at how
yesterday.
much scripture Brother Coral ends up quoting through that message. It's amazing.
And we were talking about the messages, the huddle time where they get just a good ratio. It's like 7-to-1 kids to a pastor, and they can basically ask whatever they want and talk about whatever they want, decisions they're facing in their life. Understand that maybe you're watching and your kid's from a Christian home. There are kids from all sorts of different backgrounds and different stages in their life.
We've got number 78 in the backfield behind the quarterback this time. Number 19 quarterback ready to take that long snap. There it is. Turns to his right. Ends up passing it
This
to
has
number
possibility.
12. Number 12
This has
running around to the
possibility.
left-hand side. Wide open there.
Nice
Snagged by number
ankle
20,
tackle.
24. That was a nice tackle.
Christian Adams, who plays running back on offense, made a great tackle there. That had good possibility.
I think we had someone cheering just a moment ago for number 24 Red.
That might have been 24 green. Mike
It
was
could have
a
been. Could have been. Someone says praying for Colton too. Gabriela Hernandez says, Todd Lassiter, that's our pastor. He did a great job this morning preaching. Shout out to Pastor Noonan on the sideline. Calvin Allen. I heard he's going to be here later this week here. Or at least there was a plan for him to be here. Let's see. Someone says, I'm pretty sure I hear Brother Jeff Farnham in the background. And they're absolutely right. He's actually just right down here dispensing advice and counsel there. I don't know how much is supposed to be caught on our microphones. Here we are, green in formation for a... There we go, red. Number 8 running around to his left-hand side. Several defenders right there, but it looks like...
That's Landon Smith being tracked down for a loss.
Number 12 made that play. Number 12 Levi Fikes.
Thank you for this wife. Lord, I do pray. Little
All right, here we are. We got like an interesting double lineup. Sort of. We go to the quarterback.
It's a
Steps
throw.
back for
It's
the
a throw.
Going to number 4, Andrew Robideau, but not in position. Over his head. Number 78 was closest to that, but still not able to get an interception there, thankfully for that team.
Andrew ran inside the defender, more of on a seam or post look, and the ball was delivered more to the outside, like it would have been a go or a corner route. And that was the reason why that play didn't work.
Not sure what the play was supposed to be, but either way, they didn't connect.
All right, we have Red, 4th down and 23, ball on the 44.
Someone says, go sports. I don't know if they can't pick a team, they can't pick a player, but they're excited about something happening here, whatever sport it is. Somebody says here, they're cheering for Josiah Dowell, number 22, Red. Josiah Dowell. I see his jersey right here at the back of the huddle. Number 22, Red. Looks like that's probably his mom. I gotta be careful making assumptions on here, but
Yes, yes, you do.
we've had some trouble with that early in this game.
So we'll try to call out Josiah here and mention where he's playing as he comes up to the line. Looks like he'll be on the field for this play.
3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this 4th quarter. Score is 6-0. 6-0 Red. Hang on.
Line up there at, from this angle, looking like left tackle.
Andrew Robideau coming wide left. Number 57 pitches back to number 24, who makes the throw to Andrew Robideau just high off of his fingers. Thankfully, it bounces over the defender and not able to get that interception at least.
So that wasn't their primary quarterback that made that pass. Luke Spencer had passed it back and I didn't catch the number. The ball was a little bit high. If it's not a little bit high, that could have been a score because the green defender ended up on the ground.
It went back to number 24,
Christian Adams.
There we go.
So 1st and 10 for Green. Down 6-0, ball on Reds 44. 3:40 left in the 4th quarter.
Green leaves their huddle, marches back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback number 19, number 78 back behind him in that dangerous position. Number 19 takes it, runs it to the right, reverses it, hands it to number 4, Green, who runs around to the left. Looks like he made it right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain.
That'll be Colton Schwarga on the carry.
Glad to see him back in.
But you said number 4. Yeah, there he is.
Did we ever figure out where number 22 was at?
Looked like he was playing left tackle for Red. As I'm taking a look on the field right now, he's lined up in a nose or defensive tackle position for Red, clogging up the center.
And that's a good thing when you're on defense. You talk about clogging. There you go.
And Red plays this defense where their linemen are standing up. It's almost like a Times Square milling around kind of defense.
Number 62, Green, running hard to the right-hand side, puts inside, gets away from number 24, who was there waiting for him, and he's got down to the end zone. It's a score for Green.
Great moves. That was essentially a reverse, or some people might call that a double reverse. Quarterback's running one way, hands off the other. So there's the first handoff, but then a second handoff. They've been running that play, that kind of delayed jet sweepy kind of play.
I do want to add that I haven't been fooled recently.
Very good. And then another handoff, opened it up, and there was some great work done. Was that 62 on that run?
Yes, it was.
That would be Raniel Tan. Did some great work. When he got to the outside, there was a Red defender that was doing a good job with outside contain, and he cut in from inside of him and then back outside the next guy in order to be able to take it to the
great
house.
Running there, absolutely. And I know that Raniel has a cheering section on Facebook there. We saw someone cheering for him earlier.
So big play here, 6-6. The extra point could put them in the lead and really put pressure on Red.
Someone says, yay, Green, way to go, impressive. Lots of people glad to see Green putting a score on the board. There we go. Number 20 back in
that
there.
was Lightly, Dominic Lightly. No good though.
Dominic
Did
Lightly.
not get in.
So we're at tie game then. Good to see
Lightly.
him back in again. How long has it been since we saw him off?
I want to say a quarter.
Okay. Good to see both of these players, and I like to say that again to those mothers. Both of these players that were down in the field, able to get right back into the game here again. Is that number 20 again on the ground there?
I don't have good vision of that.
It is, but again, hops up. As I'm talking about how they recover quickly, it is amazing how quickly these young men can recover from things. As I get older, I find that it takes longer and longer to recover from those injuries.
As you get older, how old are you?
I'll be 40 this year.
40. Okay, son. It only gets worse.
You're such an encouragement, brother.
I am. Makes you look forward to heaven more. Although I know we're not supposed to love our disappearing. We're supposed to be loving his appearing. So 6-6, shaping up for an exciting finish here. Red is going to get the ball, and at 6-6, they won't have a lot of time in KFL terms.
Something exciting happening over on field number 2, Burgundy and Blue. It looks like the Burgundy team is very excited while the Blue team is walking off slowly. So I think it's something to the advantage of Burgundy.
Okay, Green's coming up for the kickoff.
Looks like they ended the game over there. Green number 45 stepping back to make this kick here. Nice kick. Number 24, Red, waiting for it. Picks it up, runs to his left toward the center of the field, runs up the middle, snagged by Is that number 35?
I couldn't catch the number.
He's sideways to us. It's hard for us to see the number right now. He's getting a high five or a low five from his coach. It is number 35 who made that tackle there. 35 green.
35 green would be Samuel Gomez. I'm sorry, Gonzalez. Samuel Gonzalez. There was another player on that tackle, and I was trying to catch that number, but missed that one as well.
And here we are. Number 57 turns around. It's hard to see what's happening in the backfield. I didn't see the ball emerge on this side of the line of scrimmage.
I did have a good look at Josiah Dowell, who we had called out earlier based on the shout out from his mom. Playing left tackle, he did a good job sealing that end, although the play didn't make it all the way up to him. Again, good to call him out. If he's playing D tackle and left tackle, he's not going to get as many mentions as the quarterback. So watching that play there was a good block to seal that edge, but the play didn't make it to him.
Someone says, "Yay, Sammy." I guess that's Gonzalez. Lots of Northwesties, as they put it here in the feed. I've been called a Northwestie before.
Northwesties. Does that make me a Southeastie?
Sure.
I've often kind of made fun of my church's name a little bit because the only thing we're southeast of is Alaska, and everybody's southeast of Alaska. But Southeast Bible Baptist Church in Penfield, New York. When I catch a Northwest, it always catches
We've
my
actually
attention.
got Northwest Bible Baptist Church pastor Phil Cavanaugh right over here on the sideline of this game. Looks like he's talking with some other preachers in the area here as well.
I feel like we should send you our logo and you can just mirror image it and you'd be set to go.
That'll work. Two minutes left here in this fourth quarter. Red has the ball.
Lined up in an
down.
I formation under center.
There's the snap. The quarterback pitches it back.
They're doing that throw again.
Andrew Robideau from number 8.
And it's picked off.
Intercepted by number 62.
Raniel Tan
What a play.
cutting back in. Give that guy the ball more.
What a run.
What a complexion-changing play.
1 minute 53 seconds left in this fourth quarter. And let's see where the ball is spotted. It looks like it's spotted inside the 10-yard line, maybe at the 7 or 8.
Awesome! Coach! Right pass, coach! Awesome! Beat him! Baji!
You can hear some excited people here on the sideline through our sideline ambient microphone down here. Pastor Phil Cavanaugh down here checking out Todd Monahan's transportation around the football camp grounds. He has a bicycle that can be seen riding across the fields. Brings it every year.
So we'll call it first and goal from it says on the scoreboard 10-yard line. By our sticks here, it looks kind of more like the 9, but we'll call it 10. Grenade formation.
And they're behind the flags for us, but you that are watching the game probably have a better view than us. I'm sure something exciting happened and some player did something.
Flag on the field. Holding on the offense. Red will take that penalty, especially with the amount of time left on the clock, and back him up to the 20.
All right, just a few minutes here. The entire camp will be heading into chapel. Looking forward to the preaching this afternoon. Not to mention the music even. We really have had some fantastic music, and not even special music just. It's amazing hearing 500 male voices singing Hymns. I saw the face of a man that was visiting last night for the Wednesday evening service. There's a snap to number 19, runs around to the right side, passes it off to number 4, Colton Swarger, running around the left-hand side, in motion, almost tripped up.
That was the play that play was available to them. They're running on the right, they're on the far right hash, reversing it to the far left side, and Luke Spencer, who plays quarterback for Red, sealed that edge and stopped the score.
For all that running, he didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. All that effort. I mean, it was an exciting play, and yet no gain.
Well, again, so it's 1 yard loss. That's because of Luke Spencer. Without him, from our angle, it looked like he had a possibility, if not scoring, getting down within the 5.
He certainly had momentum, and had he not been there would have been some sort of game.
It was a hard tackle to make in space. The runner had a two-way go on him, so good tackle.
And there's the snap. Number 19 hands it off. It's going to the right side. Number 62 again. Good call. Oh wow! Number 24 brings him down, and he's excited. Nice.
Another good tackle by Christian Adams.
Christian Adams showing up where he needs to be.
I'm a fan of that play. Raniel Tan has not carried the ball a lot, but he has shown to be dangerous with the ball in his hand. So I think that's a good call.
Excellent running.
So we'll call it 3rd and 19, 3rd and goal from the 19.
Talking about that music again, though, yeah, just that. I was in the service last night, as were you, I'm certain, and there was a visitor there. It was a Wednesday evening service, and I'm just watching this man sitting on the 2nd or 3rd row, just listening to this massive choir of men singing, and you just saw this smile on his face as he's enjoying just the congregational music, the hymns being sung, and it's a special thing. Not to mention the special music. I mean, some wonderful music from the men here at the camp, pastors, preachers.
Yes to everything you're saying. The congregational singing has been fantastic. The special music, it's shocking how good these voices are. It is amazing.
Pastors aren't supposed to have a good voice if they can preach too. There's number 19 takes the ball. He's looking to pass to his left. Instead, almost gets tripped up.
He's got someone in the end zone.
He slings it. Number 4, Andrew Robideau, almost intercepts this, beating his helmet. Disappointed he didn't get that.
So he had someone in the end zone, but he is running for his life and stumbling a little bit there. Again, illustrating how difficult it is to play quarterback in tackle football. It's not like your little pickup game in the parking lot where people count to 5,000. He had to run to his left, and since he's a right-handed quarterback, he had to throw it more towards his right or towards the center of the field. And by the time he could reset his feet while he's under pressure, that was the right play. It's just the pressure caused him to be late on the throw. Otherwise, it would have been an easy score.
So he says, way to block that pass, Andrew, even if you didn't catch it.
Did you post that?
I should have. Hey, I got to be unbiased. Actually, I don't have to be unbiased. I don't affect the game. I can be biased.
I think we'll allow you to be biased.
21 seconds left here in this 4th quarter, 6-6. Timeout. Both teams in the huddle. Coaches dispensing some advice. Notice this is the first game where we've seen no coaches on the field. Isn't that right? Did they have one early? Did they have one earlier?
I think they're allowed to go 15 yards from the sideline.
Okay.
Or was that the previous game?
I think it might have been the previous game. I haven't seen the coaches on the field in a while, at least. And I'll just take a moment to highlight some of the support staff here at the camp. A camp of this magnitude, this many campers here, doesn't go off without a lot of people putting in a lot of hard work. From the garbage crew running around with their side-by-sides, moving garbage, out to where it needs to go from these different places around the grounds. There's a hydration crew just running around making sure these water coolers are topped off. And
It is a humongous undertaking. And we can pick this up after this play. Important play. 4th and goal from the 19.
21 seconds left here in this fourth quarter again. Number 19 set with his backs at his side. Number 8 to his left, 44 to his right. Number 12 behind him.
That would be Gregory Hunter, flanked by...
And there's the snap. Number 19 looking to pass left. Doesn't see the play. Number 22 hot on his trail. The play is blown dead by the officials.
I was going to say flanked by number 8, Dylan Allen, and number 44, Zachary Huth.
Green leaves their huddle, heads back to the line of scrimmage. Once again, number 19 flanked by number 8 to his left, 44 to his right, 12 at his rear. There is the snap, a little bit high. Number 19 still has the ball, looking to pass, throws it just shy. It looks like the intended receiver was number 4. Is that Colton Swerga? A little ahead of him. And the clock is running down. 3, 2, 1. There's the end of regulation. 6-6 at this point. We're going to overtime. Once again, I'll just go and review some of the support staff, and there are a lot of ladies that hire labor in the kitchen area, not to mention the offices, doing some of the work there, cleaning and laundry. There's a whole laundry staff that's for the campers' laundry even.
It's very, very well organized. Obviously, they're playing a game every day, so they have to have their shirts washed, their jerseys washed, and they will be out and laid out for them to pick up.
Not to mention the coaches' shirts and stuff also.
Well, and you'll see an army of people running around camp in different colored shirts. Media is yellow. I got the brightest yellow that you can imagine that I am wearing. And then you've got security in bright green. You've got the medical staff in bright orange. You have each of the team coaching staffs at all 5 levels: blue, red, burgundy, and green.
Got officials.
We got the officials in their stripes. And then we have gray kind of service staff doing a lot of that menial but important work in the background.
The chain gang back there is gray. Let's not forget the maintenance staff also running around here, especially that first day with like chickens with their heads cut off, working on these RVs that are keeping men here at the property, making sure that even the media equipment, some of these scaffolding and whatnot, trying to help drag that out for us as well. Working on any of these carts that may need some basic maintenance in some ways.
It's truly a staggering number of people that are here. I mean, again, so you're listening to or watching this broadcast, you are hearing 2 voices talk to you, but there are 8, 9 people just supporting this broadcast. And then there is another broadcast on the other field. And that's just the broadcast again.
We've got 2 of us here in the booth. We've got 2 cameras, ground-based cameras, land-based cameras, if you will. We've got a drone, and inside we've got someone running the graphics, throwing those player photos up for you, running the scoreboard, someone else switching, and then we have someone also that's making sure that everything's working together on those, and running each of those fields. And we've got that for both fields right now.
And then you have people taking stats on the game and keeping time on the game. It is a staggering number.
And let me say that all of this is in service of what happens in that chapel. All of it.
We're coming up here on the first overtime, and the way this works is green is going to go first. So red must have won the toss. It's an advantage to go second. Each team will get 1 possession from the 10-yard line, and we'll see if it's still a tie score after that. If it is, it'll move closer to the 5-yard line, but each team will get the same number of possessions. So green is going first, and we say it's an advantage to go second because red will know what they have to overcome when they take the field. Green's in the huddle. It'll be first and goal from the 10. Penalties are big in this situation. In the Headbuster game, there was an overtime between Green and Red. Starting on the 5, they had a penalty that backed them up to the 10.
See my sister-in-law out here cheering for Andrew, her son, out here watching the game. Let's see what he comes up with here on this next play. It looks like he's playing safety back there on this play.
Gregory Hunter preparing to take the snap.
There's the snap to number 19. He fakes the handoff left, ends up throwing it, passing it to number 8, who runs to his left, makes it down to the 4-yard line, brought down by Red number 8.
It was a fake handoff swing pass to Dylan Allen, who ran well and picked up 7-8 yards.
So number 8 is brought down by number 8. I like that.
A great first play for this drive, putting him in good position to have a 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4.
Have I mentioned that I love it when they make these plays right in front of us here?
Yes. First time there was an overtime, I ran down to Brother Micah, who is the assistant camp director, and said, please make sure the overtimes are in front of us. And he did.
Brother Micah, this media team really is the baby of Brother Micah. Number 19 ready to take that snap. There it is. Looks to the left, hands it out to number 62, reverses again to number 4, running around the left-hand side.
He is going to score.
Tries to grab him, but number 4, Colton Swarga, makes it into the end zone in overtime for 6 points, bringing them to the lead, now 12-6.
The Red defense was completely fooled by that reverse there, and you can't blame them. They're caught up in blocking. They're distracted by what was in front of them, and that opened the door for not quite an easy walk-in touchdown, but a fairly easy touchdown based on what's been going on in this game.
I would have been confused if I was not up at this elevated level watching it from the backfield here. It's a lot of action going on.
So Green's up now 12-6 with the extra point pending. This is obviously a big deal. If Red scores, they will have a shot at the extra point. So this one play could end up deciding the game.
Some people excited about Green pulling that off there.
Ball's on the ground. Another swing to 8, same as the first play, but he's going to be brought down at the 1.
Very close. Colton Swarga's mother says, "That's my boy." I'm sorry, my son. I'm reading Calvin Allen's down here. Calvin Allen says, "Go Dylan, Green number 8." And Green number 8, just a great run there, just shy of the goal line there.
So, will that play make the top 10? For those, again, just more stuff that happens at camp.
Reception is going to make it.
All from this game.
Raniel,
all 10 plays from the Raniel Tan for sure.
No, those were the 2 best plays of this game, I think. What would you pick out as the top plays?
No, I'll go with that. But again, the people at home
disagree and help me out.
Okay, I will disagree in a moment. Let me think for a second. But the just adding to things that you don't see at camp, they do a top 10 highlight video package in the service that the kids just love. They love it when their play makes the top 10. Red's coming up for their first play here, 1st and 10 on their possession. They're going to need to score or Green will have the game.
Number 8 back for the long snap. It's a good snap. He runs to the left himself. Number 78, they're waiting for him. Looks like the ball is being spotted right on the 10-yard line.
Not a room for Landon Smith. I don't think he had the outside. He cut it up in off tackle and got back to the line of scrimmage. So if I'm to disagree, I am calling this because of the importance of it and because of how cool it was. The touchdown here in overtime, completely fooling the Red defense. That'll make for good cinematography, I guess, or in the highlights.
Nice
they can do a freeze on the players getting fooled and not seeing it happening. So my vote is for that, to add it into the top 10.
All right. We'll see who's going to take the snap here. It's like number 8's taking the snap. Everyone lined up to the right.
It's going to be a
Number
pass.
8 looking to pass. Andrew Robideau was not quite there.
Andrew was calling for the flag, as receivers do, though there was no penalty on that play.
No, there was not. Number 78 was there.
So
hoping to
Landon
get it.
Smith, who's been playing running back, is filling in at quarterback on that exchange, or that change of pace there. I like the idea of a throw, but that was well covered.
Red team leaves the huddle, heads back to the line of scrimmage.
Come on, Red, scare green. Come on, you go. Scare.
Number 91 lines up over the ball, ready for the snap to quarterback number 8. They're down. There's the snap. Number 8 pitches to his right. Number 24 runs right up the center, brought down though right at the 9-yard line. Number 24 with that run there.
So
That's
we're going to
Christian
call it
Adams.
4th down. This play could be the game. If Red does not score, 4th and goal from 10. If Red does not score, it will be a Green victory. Scores 12-6 Green in the first overtime period.
I think Green is excited to be able to make the stop here. Red looking for all they need is one play here. Green did not get that 2-point conversion, leaving the door open for a simple tie up here. Here we go, the team is down. There's the snap, number 8 runs it himself to the left, evades 1 tackle, 2 tackles, and he makes it to the goal line. High stepping over defenders that were right at his feet, nipping on his heels, as you might say.
Landon Smith takes it to the outside. I like the fact that they didn't do a handoff to someone who was standing still right next to him. That got the play developing a little bit faster, but that should not have worked, as there was at least 4 opportunities to bring him down. And what a turn of events on Green here. They go from thinking, oh, 4th and 10, we just have to make 1 stop and we win, to now we have to make this stop or we lose. With it being 12-12, Red has the opportunity to win on this play. Green's going to call a timeout. Coaches coming out on the field. Players coming out on the field.
Timeout.
Absolutely, it's the game. It's the game.
When you talk about importance of a play, that was a great play right there.
We may have a player down. The fans on the side of the field were blocking our vision.
That's Yahir Miranda, and they're on the sideline. They're checking him out, paramedics, making sure he's okay. It's interesting how there's a lot more spectating at this last game. As the other games finish up, maybe staff finish up with their jobs, everyone comes over here and they're watching this overtime here. Everyone hoping he's okay. We were saying earlier that the media crew here, the whole media idea is Brother Mike McCurry's baby, if you will. It started just a few years ago, getting this live stream, and it has certainly developed since that point. We're using iPhones that were hooked, wirelessly to something, and yeah.
Micah is a young evangelist who is tech savvy. And there is a little bit of an irony. He's become the camp evangelist for our camp, Common Ground Baptist Camp, and he's brought a lot of media to our camp. the daily recap videos, drone footage. He brings all that, and then in return, I'm doing media for his camp. He's still the brains behind both.
And you understand then, being at your camp, the impact that can make, letting people know what's happening at camp. Especially when you say, and we talked about this earlier, when you say football camp, this is not what a person thinks of. It's just not.
They think it's all day, all long about football, and really it's all day, all long about growth and character, the preaching, and then the football is just a tool to help teach. Not that we don't all love football. You're going to take a week out, of course you love football, but that's not the goal. What I was saying earlier, and I think it was on a different broadcast, was I would have never gone to football camp if it was just a football camp. Because as much as I love football, there are so many ministry things I can do that are more important. When I realized that this was man camp and that football was just a tool, it's what sold me on man camp, on football camp.
I would love to see the preaching services broadcast, and I'm sure people ask why, but there are preachers that want to be able to get into some of these issues that are specific to young men, and sometimes putting that on a broadcast, some preachers feel like their hands are tied when that happens, and they want to be able to get into some of these specific, and you see that though, you see the result of that, the fruit of that in some of the decisions that are being made. Young men making some important and specific decisions, and you see it from the youngest all the way up to the oldest as well, just making decisions about how they're going to select their spouse and making decisions about who they're going to seek.
Red's coming up to the line.
Here we are, number 8 back to take the snap, directing his players, moving number 68 over to the other side here, switching his players around at the line. There we go, good direction there. Calling for the snap. There it is, number 8 takes it low, looking for a pass to the left. Looks like it's intercepted right at the line of at the goal line there by number 78.
Kyle Walker with the interception. That is going to make the try no good.
Second overtime.
12-12, we go to second overtime. And since Red went second in the first overtime, they will go first, and they will have it first and goal at the 5. Good defense by Green. Overheard some Red players trying to explain to the coaches what happened on that play.
What happened on that play?
Honestly, it was just covered. It's a good idea, but Green has, as I've mentioned, on their defense, that stack in the center, and I didn't actually get a good look. I was too busy watching Landon negotiate his players. I didn't take a peek at the Green defense.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, well, it was cool. Landon was getting his guys in position.
Taking leadership in that team. I like to see that.
So again, traditionally Greens has that 3-3 stack behind the linebackers, with the linebackers right behind the line and the 2 wide. And you've got to go, that was kind of right into the teeth of those 2 wide. Did they have another coin flip? I'm not sure why Red's going out on D. They don't normally get to go second in the first 2 overtimes.
Beautiful weather here, by the way. Cool breeze rolling off the cornfields around the property. And they're down. Number 19 calling for that snap. Runs it himself to the right. Reverses. Hands it number 4.
Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground.
Wow. What a play.
This was the same play that had worked so successfully for them in the past, where the quarterback's wanting to run direction, hands it off, and then there's a reverse.
That's 3 handoffs they do in that play.
Well, they catch it, they hand it off, get them in motion, get them flowing, and then reverse it back, and that has worked well for them.
Not this time.
The last exchange when it ended up on the ground. Great play by Red. Not a guarantee that Red's going to recover that there. There's 2 Green players in the area.
No, it looked at different points like each team was going to recover that. Red coming up to the line.
So Red has got it first and goal in the 5. If they score on this possession, they win the game.
Play some good offense.
Red is excited, charged up after that turnover. Andrew Robito wide to the left here.
Direct
Right up the
run,
middle,
that's
number-
it. That's the ball game.
Number 57 right up the middle for the touchdown in the second overtime. to close us
QB
out.
Luke Spencer takes the ball directly, no handoffs, no wasted time, power up the center, and it worked.
And there's the game, the scoreboard giving the final horn.
Great win for Red, 18-12 in 2 overtimes.
What a great game. I gotta say, early on it didn't look like that, but we'll be tuning in after the chapel and lunch for our junior varsity game. I think that starts at 1:45. Right here on this field again, we'll have both games, Field 1, Field 2, broadcast on Facebook. We put this Field 1, which is red and green today, will be broadcast on the Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp YouTube page. And the Field 2, which is burgundy and blue, will be broadcast on the First Baptist Church Dwight YouTube page for those that aren't on Facebook as well. But we're glad you tuned in here. If you do participate in the live stream comments there, we'll try and get photos up of your boys so you can tune in. Junior varsity and varsity games will be starting at 1:45 this afternoon Central Time.
Signing off.